I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We've received the minutes of the previous meeting. What are your wishes?
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Order.
We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Jeff?
Number one is to consider approval for a utility permit to place underground electric along 220th Street between Falcon and H Avenue for Alliant Energy. This is permit number 9-2-25A. I'm sorry, I forgot to get you those permit numbers. It's the date and then just A, B, C, D. They're replacing existing overhead electric with an underground electric one. So it's there, it's just from overhead to underground.
Move approval.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Another utility permit, 9-2-25B for Alliant Energy. They are to place an overhead electric along 205th Street between a half mile west of T19 to a 0.25 miles east of 219. This is for basically the new FS there, south of Wellsburg.
okay. Anyone like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Have a utility permit for Dumont Telephone Company. Place fiber optic along G Avenue from 110th Street south a half a mile to a property.
Anyone like to make that motion?
Agree.
The motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the next item,
ITC, install a utility permit 9-2-25D to install a OPGW fiber along existing overhead wires from the town, basically from Beeman west over to Hardin County.
what is an OPGY fiber?
Very good. I'm assuming it's a main trunk fiber.
Okay,
Kind of like Arion has their main fiber, and I believe that's what this is, kind of more main trunk.
would anyone care to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any-
Another set of trucks coming through down ahead.
No, so this is all going on the existing
Yeah,
overheads.
but you're still gonna.
Yeah,
My gosh, it's hard.
you guys straight another line. Someday it'll be done, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least you know everything's growing when you have
Yeah.
work being done.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's positive.
Yeah, Dollar General's moving a bunch of dirt.
Yeah.
Um, general department matters. So H Avenue was open for the weekend. Hopefully you guys gotta get out there, check it out. We're closing it down again today, and we're going to be doing that first bottom right off just south of 175. Then Jason is moving over to 225th near P to do some ditching. FM Rock Hall is being done down in Conrad. Our local rock hall has been completed. Sorry, we have 10 miles left out of Bolton. So up that way. Up north, your territory, Vic. We are supposed to be getting our new blade this week. We didn't get it last week. They had some issues at the shop. Long weekend, people were gone. Downloading issues from JD Link. Getting new computer stuff put in. Software upgrades. planning on doing some shoulder rock from Wellsburg south, so you'll see a big rock pile there at the water tower. That's what that's for. Looking at ordering some spring rock haul material this fall to be delivered. Not sure exactly how much and where, but we would, one of the quarries called and says, you know, we would like to keep our guys running until Christmas, and we will give you a really good discount to, because, layoff and is costly, so they'd rather keep them running up until Christmas. And then I think I'm on the agenda for the 911 board on the 4th. To discuss the radio tower. Anything else?
Boys, have any update on Pioneer Road?
Should finish up asphalt this week. The main asphalt, we still have intersections to do. Going 50 feet back on the side roads. PCI should be coming in and finishing up shoulder rock. I'm not sure if they're coming in right after, or it might be a little bit. I don't know where that crew went when Astro came in the job, and they went someplace else. But they will be finishing up today with the asphalt main line and be doing side roads.
I don't know, I think I mentioned to you, but we have people coming and dumping their dead branches in the ditches on the gravels.
Oh,
Just a new issue happening. They pull in a field, well, let's see. C Avenue right off of 185th to the north. They pulled in a field driveway back to cross the road and dumped a load. I mean, the tracks are there. You could see it wasn't like they fell off a truck. They backed up. So yeah, more fun for you guys to deal with, because they didn't really back far enough. They're just kind of hanging over the road a little bit, but.
Starting next week, they should be hauling in their blades to the sites. So oversized loads will be coming in.
Have you heard anything from the DOT about the bridge by Conrad?
No.
The neighbor that's very involved with it there said that they had to go a lot deeper with their pilings to get the bedrock.
So I did stop out there probably a couple months ago, and they said they were at least 3 weeks behind then because they had to shut down. They missed their piling and they added, what was it? They're supposed to put in a 30-foot piling, and now that piling's 130 feet.
130, okay. So it doesn't sound like it's gonna be open and then.
No job ever is. Even, I'm not gonna say it's a DOT thing. It's also ours.
Yeah.
Everybody has like, oh, it's gonna be October. Yeah. Always try to give a grace period. Always try to add a few more weeks. So,
but if it runs into winter,
Yeah.
they blade off the beam and blacktop.
yes, they maintain beam and blacktop until they blade it, they sand it, they treat it.
I hope it doesn't run out.
I don't either, but it'd be nice to not have to pay for the material to be put down.
Yeah, it'd be help me a lot when I leave Conrad to go to Wellsburg to the next car show and that way. And I go out,
Can't go.
didn't go up Hawk Avenue again. County line.
Yes.
So, all right.
Anything else for Jeff this morning? Okay, thank you. Butch. What you got? You're next. Quote for roof repairs. You got quote for roof repairs to the
Yeah,
courthouse?
I gave it to you guys last week. On it.
I think this is our formal approval of,
Yeah, so I checked in with Alan. I mean, they did some digging or whatever, and there should be enough money to do it, so.
and you're having who do it and time frame just for.
I don't know the time frame. Don't. Time frame. Gonna depend on when you can get the lift.
Seems to be a
probably.
running theme here,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so I guess it's just, I mean, if you want me to just tell them to go ahead and do it.
This is Shea Wykel, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I mean, we need to have it repaired, so get it done. Do you know about how long it'll take for repairs? Just,
He's hoping a day.
okay,
He's hoping that one day he can come in with that lift, do everything and then be out of here.
okay,
And he's planning on doing it, from talking to him, he's planning on doing it on a weekend, so no one's around, is what he wants to do. So he doesn't have to worry about people being up here and,
safety issues, yeah.
yes, is what his intentions are. If it works out that way, I don't know. Hopefully,
Things like Iowa weather, whatever, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Any other questions for Butch on that matter? Otherwise, I would take a motion to approve.
She'll make that motion.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Alright.
Any opposed? Okay, we can get the roof repaired. Anything else going on?
Replaced some lights yesterday in the clerk court's office, they kept burning, I think the valves were going out and they just kept shorting the bulbs out, so I just replaced the lights. I've replaced six, there's 6 in there, but I replaced with 4, just to see how it was gonna work, if that would be bright enough, cause they're brighter lights. Chad's supposed to be coming this week to do the front yard at the sheriff, redo the front yard at the sheriff's office from when the building was built. That's why that grass is all dead.
Yeah.
And then he killed it all and he's gonna take the hump out of it and get all that taken care of. And then hopefully the mowing slows down.
Any news on the asphalt for the?
That Kurt called, Bill last week or the week before, I think it was. And I think he told him that he was a little bit behind, that hopefully here coming up, he would be able to, I think in the next week or 2, he's gonna be able, so. Once again, weather, I mean, we don't, you know, probably got behind with the rain, so.
Happens. Okay. Any other questions, Butch?
No.
All right, thanks, Butch. Brenda. You're next
We
on
have
the
the same parcel that we paid the taxes on in June for the city of Union. We obtained the property through the court system. And so they're also exempt from being charged taxes as long as they're not using it for occupational or other uses. So it's basically, it's a formality, but it didn't get done because of timing issues. So.
Which property is that?
It was Lassy, Lassy, it's the.
Oh, the one out by the blacktop.
She had 2.
She had 2 of them. There was a blue one and a brown one.
104 something, center, is it on? I'm not sure. Oh, just a minute. Oh, it should be on there. 104 Center Street.
Okay. That's the one along the blacktop that they burned down.
Did they break it down?
Looks much better.
This is a resolution. Would anyone care to introduce resolution number 10, 2025, 2026?
I'll introduce that resolution.
Is there a second?
Second,
Alan, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Vic,
yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
LJ,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
and Heidi.
Yes. And what else you got going on down in the treasurer's office?
A lot of money last night.
Yay.
That's going fun.
Yeah, it's going well. Okay. Any other questions for Brenda this morning? No? Okay. The next item on our list is update of various board and committee meetings. Anyone have any? Vic, did you have one?
I had
Sure.
Iowa juvenile last Wednesday. Supposed to have Hardin County has agreed to settle their lawsuit. Each county will need to vote on a resolution approving the settlement. hopefully we'll have it, so we can look at it for next week. So Ellen, I'd like to have that put on the agenda for next week. Long story short, we currently we can vote on matters, but we do get the, if the settlement is approved, we will be a board member, non-voting. This is complicated. Until we reapply for membership. So we have to go through all of our application process to be members if we so choose.
With voting rights.
With voting rights, yeah. I really don't understand what Hardin County gets out of this. They went back and approved there's currently 35 members of Central Iowa. Hardin County has accepted 23 of those members, which goes back to the 2012 28 agreement. So there are 10 members that will need to reapply for membership. And that has to go before the Central Iowa Board if they approve it, and then it goes to each individual county for approval. So it's kind of a long drawn out affair. The only benefit I see for Grundy County is if we have a juvenile that goes over to that facility. I believe we had one last year. I think if I remember right, we had like 62 bed days or something. But so far this year we have none.
Mhm.
So
So we're members now with, currently we can vote, but then it'll be non-voting. Can you be a member with non-voting rights? I mean,
I don't believe so.
you'll have to reapply no matter what.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the resolution that they send us for approval is, but there are 5 Mitchell, Bremer, Grundy, Fayette, and Jones were the last 5 to apply for membership. So that those folks will definitely have to reapply. Let's see, class of what they call 2018 had 5 members in it also, and they will have to apply. I don't tell you what I really think of that, but again, there's a lot of money being spent on something that I don't know why. On a brighter note, we did approve employee policy that the comp time, the employees are able to carry up to 120 hours of comp time. And then at the end of the fiscal year, it has to be paid out, so they cannot carry anything over on that. Financially, they're doing okay. They financially, the organization does make some money. They have lots of different avenues to do that. But there is certainly a
discontent on the board. As far as who wants what, who gets what or whatever, it's just not a real. It's not, when you go into the meeting, there's just tension there that,
It's a big board.
that nobody. Everybody's not on the same page. Perhaps with this settlement from Hardin County, maybe that will change. A lot of comments that were, hey, we're here for the kids. Let's get through this political stuff, if you would. And let's do our job for helping the kids. I think that will, until next week, that's my report.
Okay, thanks. Jeff?
I had hospital board of commissioners meeting last Wednesday. Went really well, very welcomed. Felt good about everything, and we swore in Deb Cooley as a new member that day, and went over a lot of things that the new federal bill is, how it'll affect them. A lot of wait and sees on that, and other than that, yeah, it was a great meeting.
Good news.
And they're planning on coming to our board here the next month or two, meet with us too, so.
Good.
Good meeting.
Good. I'll you have anything?
No.
Mark, do you have anything? Okay, I'm gonna start in, had the Iowa Northland Regional Housing Authority, we met just to go over, they are putting in place, they've never really had a good personnel policy or just a handbook, and so we've gone over that. We spent 2 hours last Monday going through that and just making changes, updating that. Then I also had the workforce development finance meeting. It was pretty standard, went over financials. They're working on audit. They work with the state auditor's office, and they're waiting on some information. We have, I believe, contracted with a different auditing firm for this year's. On Tuesday, I had the Iowa Behavioral Health District Advisory Council meeting. And that was just organizational. It was all by Zoom, but we just went over kind of plans for the advisory board will be. I thought it was interesting. One concern that was brought up was that when people call in for health services, those services aren't always available because it's not a work day. And the comment was, well, your Iowa Life is 24/7 and a system navigator will get back to you on the next business day. Which is exactly the concern that was brought up, but the answer didn't change. So I think they are open though. I feel like they took some of the concerns that were brought up. They'll take them back, hopefully. We'll see. On Wednesday, I had Together for Families. We met. That organization, the director is no longer working under the Department of Health and Human Services. That's being changed around. So with that, she is now a work from home employee. She will have to have her own like computer system, otherwise she was working with theirs, which is just a lot of things, a lot of change going on. Along with Butler County is now the employer, or has been her employer of record, but how her work from home situation aligns with their handbook. We just needed to go over some of those items to iron out the differences. Thursday, Alan and I both listened to the Iowa State University local engagement webinar. The one thing I took away was nobody gets anybody to come to their public hearings when they have about vaccine and revenue streams. Kind of seemed to be a common theme. There were some good ideas brought up, some
couple good ideas.
Yeah.
Mostly it was complaining about that form that the auditor's office sends out.
And yeah, there was, everyone is confused about that. There were a lot of questions raised as to what that meant. But overall, it was good. It was interesting. And we had breakout sessions, and that was kind of nice too, to get to know other people. On Friday, workforce development, we've been talking about merging possibly. At this time, we have decided to not pursue any merger, and just kind of see what the next year brings. There were some issues brought to our attention about the merger, possible merger, and we decided to not go ahead with it. So that was what I had this week. Now on to the next item on our agenda is to consider for approval the state of Iowa 509A certificate of compliance and authorize chairperson to sign the same. That was passed around for you to look at. Are there any questions? I would take a motion to approve me to sign.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay. And the next item is to consider for approval the corrected minutes from 7/14/2025. Ellen, can you let us know what the correction?
Yes, I missed one item from the agenda on there that we approved, which was a transfer. So when I went back through the minutes, I had missed that one item. So I had to go back and put that in. We got to republish them.
Okay. What was the auditor's interfund transfer?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the one prior to when we did the resolution for that.
Okay.
Transfers to secondary roads.
Would anyone care to make a motion to approve those corrected minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And we have the Lincoln Township report. Is there a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? We also have the Colfax Township report that was passed around. Is there a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the next item on the agenda is to appoint Jim Moeller as a Colfax Township trustee. We approved Wayne Eiler's resignation last week, and Jim Moeller has expressed interest. Would anyone care to make that motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. The next item is discussion and possible action. Is a proposed coalition in support of amicus brief in favor of local control. This is something that when I was at ISAC, some counties are putting together, and I'm gonna let Erica explain a little more about amicus brief and maybe just what this is.
So, yes, an amicus or amicus, curiae brief is a friend of the court. So it's a means of other parties who might be interested in the outcome who are not named parties in the lawsuit can express their opinion or or analysis or evaluation of the case and advocate for a certain outcome. And so apparently, and Heidi, full transparency, did not do anything this weekend. There is an 8th Circuit Court of Appeals case that has gotten counties up in arms, that once there's a division in the Court of Appeals, different districts, then that can go up to the Supreme Court of the United States for a determination. So apparently we are looking to possibly sign on to a brief advocating for local control and not allowing Summit, which is a private corporation, who is trying to use the public good portion of interstate commerce to, allow them to, with fair and reasonable compensation, take land under eminent domain, which is supposed to be a governmental, thing, so. And I believe that's kind of like the thumbnail version of what they're trying to do, I think.
And there was an article in Hardin County's paper this week, kind of detailing its story in Shelby County and kind of giving some background, which I brought along. So if you need, there's a little more, it's a long article. I won't even try to give you the notes on that, but it's there. At this time, Allers and Cooney would be writing the brief. Someone else would be putting a cover letter together that would be brought to the counties, and then we would discuss it again. So this is just more, to get the feeling of if it's something we want to pursue at that time. There is a cost. ISAC is also looking into it as a whole, and they may kind of take it on also. They're still discussing. Their board has to meet and discuss that also. If they would coordinate. Otherwise, there are some supervisors from certain, like Bremer County, Wright County, that would be willing to kind of spearhead the movement. It has to be submitted by early November, so there will probably be more information coming in the next few weeks.
28 or 29 counties that we're considering.
I think they started like right away, they had about 20 that were considering, and I think in the last communication I had, they were up to 30 for sure. But then there would also be 28 agreements, and that would come to us. So I guess I would just like to have our, are we something we're interested in? I mean, we don't have a pipeline coming through here at the moment, but in my feelings, this opens the door for other private entities to use eminent domain and take away.
Cause we need to participate in this.
I do.
Well, so I guess it would be to continue to pursue looking into this. Like I said, there would be a more formal action that would come at a later date, but I didn't feel it was right to lead them on thinking that we would be willing to be a participant if we are not. But if everyone is kind of,
Well, I think this board would be willing participants.
then I continue communication and, as long as you'll get more emails from me as I receive them, so.
Always enjoy that.
So yeah, I'll keep you updated as it goes along. Like I said, when it was brought up at ISAC, right away, they mentioned that might be something that they would take on also, so. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it comes back to just our local control. So.
I'd be a little surprised if I sang on board with that. What do you think?
Cause this was just like a last minute thing that was brought up. And the minute they stood up to bring it up, they said, well, we want you to know we have this available. So I don't know. Yeah. The next item on the agenda is to go into closed session to discuss strategy with legal counsel, Grundy County Attorney, regarding matters that are presently in litigation or where litigation is imminent and where its disclosure would be likely to prejudice or disadvantage the government pursuant to Iowa Code 21.51C. So at this time, I would take a motion to hold a closed session. Okay. So is there a motion?
There's a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Alan, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Vic,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
LJ,
Yes.
Mark. Yes. And Heidi.
Yes. All right, we are gonna go into closed session. We'll need to close everything down.
While you do that, can I get 4 signatures from you?